ธังภะคะวันตังอะภิวาเทมิสวากาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนัมมามิอะหังปันเตติสารเนนะสหปัญจศีลังธัมมังกัจฉามิอนุกหังกัตถวาศีลังเตตามิปันเตดุติยัมปิอะหังปันเตติสารเนนะสหปัญจศีลังธัมมังกัจฉามิอนุกหังกัตถวาศีลังเตตามิปันเตตัตติยัมปิอะหังปันเตติสารเนนะสหปัญจศีลังธัมมังกัจฉามิอนุกหังกัตถวาศีลังเตตามิปันเต
ยะมหารามิตาวิทา
อัมมาปันเต
นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ
นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ
บุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิ
พุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิ
ดุติยมปิพุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิ
ดุติยัมปิพุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิ
ตติยมปิพุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิ
ตติยัมปิพุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิ
สรณะกัมมนังปริปูณัง
อัมมาปันเต
ปานาติปาตาเวรามณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
อานาติปาตาเวรัมมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
อะเทนาดานาเวรามณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
อาทินนาดานาเวรัมมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
กาเมสุมิจฉาจาราเวรามณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
อามิสุมิจฉาจาราเวรัมมณีสิกขาปดังส samadhiyami.
Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadam samadhiyami.
Surameraya Majapama Dathana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Suramiraya maja pamadathana veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami.
Tisaranena Saha Pancha Silan Zarugam Gadawa Apamadena Sambadita.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Venerable Sir. Next, we will now call upon the President of the Temple Management Committee, Mr. Teo Kai Beng, to say a few words on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you. The most venerable members of the Holy Sangha, fellow devotees and well-wishers, on behalf of all our temple monks, members of the temple management committees, I humbly thank you for your kind attendance to commemorate the memorial service for our late chief monk, the most venerable U Panyawangsa. It is a part of the Burmese culture to perform memorial service 1 month after the demise of Buddhist monks, as remembrance for their service rendered to the Burmese community, Buddhist communities. With the demise of the Reverend U Vinala in 1972, late Venerable U Panyawangsa assumed the post of the 7th chief monk of the temple. Landovers with great interest, determination, effort, and acute foresight, he begins to gradually improve, develop, and extend the simple wooden temple into a conglomerate of magnificent buildings with integrated carving built in accordance to the Myanmar tradition. Today, the temple's majestic beauty and popularity has spread not only in Penang and Malaysia, but many parts of the world. The prominence of this temple is due to the result of the Reverend U Panyawangsa planning, organization, and farsightedness. With all these great quantities, he was honored not only by the people in his motherland, Burma, but also by the people of the Burmese Buddhists, all Buddhists and atmosphere of the world. Under the excellent guidance of Venerable U Panyawangsa, Dhammikarama Burmese Buddhist Temple will continue to be more and more developed, but day by day to achieve his aspiration. During this time, it may perhaps be good for us to recall Buddha's teaching on impermanence, sufferings, and non-self. Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta, and also to reflect on the Buddha's last words. Right now, O disciple, I urge this to you as my last advice. The clay is inherent in all conditional things. Hence, strive diligently with mindfulness to complete this practice. May the late Sadhu U Panyawangsa attain everlasting happiness. Thank you once again, Venerable Sirs, fellow devotees, well-wishers for your attendance and assistance. We are very grateful to you all. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Mr. Teo Kai Beng. I will now invite a representative from the Mahindrama Temple to kindly say a few words on this occasion. Oh, they said it's quite okay then. Next, I will then call upon the representative from the Wat Pim Ban On. I said Uncle. What about Wat Puparam? If you was Reverend, on the book or Ella.
Good morning, everybody, and Sawadi, and good morning to all the world, Brother Dhamma. And I'm from Dhammikarama Burmese Buddhist. Today, I'm very happy to attend this Dhamma and anniversary of 1 month of my marriage of Chuma. And so, I'm so happy to all the devotees come to join together this morning. And not much to want to say, and I hope the little Chipmunk will attain the Nibbana, and now the current acting Chipmunk will take the job to continue his progress achievement and what he to like to do the previous never complete yet. So I hope everything is joy and okay together all. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Venerable. Next, I would like to invite Venerable Uttara. He's the Secretary General of the Sangha Council and the Acting Chief Monk, to say a few words.
Good morning, Venerable Sirs, distinguished guests, all devotees, and ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very important day for us because our chairman is Dhammikarama Buddhist Temple, Pina and Pina, who reside 45 years long and work hard for Buddha Sasana. There was a great loss for us. He is a great teacher and a good guidance how to do about Buddhist missionary work around the world. Our memory day for him. Why we are doing memory day for him? The Lord Buddha preached in Gautara Nikaya and called it monks. These two people are hard to find in the world. Which two? The one who is first to do a kindness, and the one is grateful for kindness done. And the feel obligated to repay it. These two people are hard to find in the world. This is why we always have to pay respect to him. Today, we remember him in our memory. We will never have forgot his achievement of Buddha Sasana missionary work. Today, we done everything if necessary we can do for our duty, which is grateful for kindness to our chairman. He is a great teacher for us because he has teach his pupil and devotees good behavior, and he trained without discrimination. This is one of we pay respect to him. A few days before he left us, he declared that he doesn't know much attachment all his monastery and belonging what he had. He said that I always work Buddha Sasana only for, not individual. So you all work for Buddha Sasana as well. So we will never have forgot him that his final address for us. We hope he had a good state, and his profession will be help him for belonging things. We know everything are impermanent. The Lord last advice was strike on with diligence in Pali language. It should lead. It should read as Handa Dani Bekoe Amandiami Wo Vayadama Sankhara Abamadina Samadita. This meaning, now Bhikkhus, I say this as my last exhortation. Decay is inherent on all compound things. Hence, strive on with mindfulness and diligence to complete the text. In our mind, our great teacher is always compound of Nama Rupa. Why not? We are seeing him forever. This time we can only give share merit to him, which is within a few weeks memory meritorious indeed. May he receive a good benefit of karma and be happy life forever. Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very well. Now, next I would like to invite Venerable U Kimawanta to kindly say a few words on this occasion.
It's been a very sad thing, take participation in this kind of occasion, which we will be accommodated. We're doing the remembrance of our late chief monk who passed away last month, 24th, and it's going to be this 1 month occasion for his remembrance, of course. Surely we're going to remember him always. I've been ordained by him in 1985 in Los Angeles Temple. He is my preceptor. He gave me my name, his last name, Vamsa. Kina Vamsa, of course not, so I'm surely going to remember him. And he called me to this Penang Temple to assist him in 1996. And then he sent me to different places. Of course, I've been there by his instruction to propagate the Buddhism, of course. So I'm going to be very remembered to him for his teaching and for his guidance for the Buddha Sasana, the missionary walk. There's a two-part of it. We should all know it is that one part is the missionary walk, one part is to be liberated. These two are, of course, they are the same thing we may say, but practice is quite different. Missionary walk is in the Buddhism, we call it the religion of course, and the other part is spiritual path. Don't forget that spiritual path is undercurrent. It's very hard to see, but it's all together inside there. Only the teacher who can guide you, will lead you to that spiritual path, which can lead you to liberation. Of course, you can say Buddhism can lead to the liberation, but once you didn't know that spiritual path, what Buddha teaches to be liberated, you'll not know the real essence of Buddha, real essence of Buddhism, of course, surely. So what I would like to say is that try and get the insight, which is Buddhism, we call it religion, of course, which is Buddhism, which is a spiritual path. Try and see and find out for yourself and practice both of them. Thank you very much.
Sadhu. Thank you, Venerable Sir. Next, I would like to call upon Venerable Buddha Wamsa to kindly say a few words on this occasion.
Good morning, especially that our presidents and the national committees and reverences, all reverences. Now, I am honored to be called upon to say some words by the presidents of the committee, the management committee. Actually, I was caught unaware to say something, but nevertheless, it is my duty to recall the memorial service and also remembrance of him, how I met him. He's a great, a teacher, our good teacher. We lost a good teacher. But nevertheless, Buddha Sasana, we have to continue on. Say, the teaching. He always tried to, test me about Dhamma and pushing me. And then when I was here when we came out, I was here in 1996, and then 97 or so, is it? he passed me who came up, passed me a application for the pariyati. Pariyati means your practice, your training, or whatever it says you do. So that is the application to attend the International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University. So when the form was given to me, it was given to two persons. One is Abhinya Vangsa, and my name also Buddha Vangsa. Then these are the two forms that given. So the others, this Abhinya lady, she was a teacher, and then she said, "No, my age is already that much. You need to go for the pariyati." So then on my part, I am almost the same age of Abhinya, maybe a few years younger than Abhinya. So I'm also a retired senior. Then I think of it, if I don't take up the challenge, then I am, the first failure will be that the forms indicate my defeat. If I take up the challenge, so I have to bear the consequences of whether I can go through or not. So the dilemma in me. But I knew that he have confidence with me, in me. So I take up the challenge. And before all that, he also took me to Hong Kong, and then we all went to Japan and so forth. That is also an association for the Buddhism in Hong Kong, and he also asked me whether I would be in Hong Kong or not. But then I said, well, in the meantime, I'm already take up the what we call the international Theravada missionaries universities application, and I'm going for it to finish my degree, then before I can take other assignments. And then you see, these are the encouragements that he has for his other monks. Most of all the monks, he required some standards of Buddhism learning. I can understand him very well. So during the time, I tried to go through the course. You see, that is what the Buddha's teaching, blessing. Bahu satsancha sipancha vinayoja susihito supasitachaya vacha etang mangala antamma. These are the 7, 8, 9, 10. Best blessing. So he wants that we acquire knowledge. Without knowledge, how are we going to impart our duties as monks, and also to know where are we going? So it's not only pariyati, patipati, and pativedha. So these are the causes that he has, pushes me onto that. I knew that. He always talked to me, and until I got so scared of him, He is, and then for years, these are the what you call the more or less this is, I call it sparring, rather than this is a teacher. Then I would like to share with you all is this Sabbe Sankhara Anicca. That means that is not permanent. Sabbe Sankhara Dukkati, not satisfactory. Sabbe Dana Anatta. So these are the teaching of the Buddha Sasana. And the teacher, Upanya Vangsa, I always call him Xiao Lo. Xiao Lo means the name of that Of course, before that, there is another Xiao. Long before that, I came to know him. Of course, that during the time that someone was mentioned that about this is a wooden building. And then I recall from Gurley just now, Gurley, where are you? Huh? You are here. So you were talking about your grandmother. This was a platform, you know, when we are a wooden one, you know. So we 2 or 3 months staying up here, you know, you remember? So we were to climb up the few stairs before we come in, you see. So this, this corridor also with a theme about 4x4 wooden things, you know. So we have what you call a bathroom, some small bathroom in front of that was not done and so on. This is actually, if you can imagine or recall your memory, it is a fantastic work done. But of course, I have no photos to put to you all, to show to you all. But only someone recall the memories and then I start to recall it, and then it is a very good memory. You know. The teaching of Sasana, we must carry on. Now is the duty of whoever who will lead the temple here. I hope he will be able to continue to guide, to teach, to impart more knowledges to all. Knowledge is power. Without knowledge, no power. In any talks we go on the circular talks, but we remember the Sasana works must carry on. These are all past. It have to be past. But the one is more important than the living one to continue the Buddha Sasana's work without fear, so that we will not neglected his performance. And in order to remember him, I will quote you the stories of a monk. And before the Buddha passed away, 4 months before the Buddha passed away, or demise, of course, he have already informed the monks and then he's going to pass away. And then that is one Tata. But I think to cut the story short, so I think we will pass on to another speakers because of a time constraint. I think I will cut short my talks. Thanks very much for your patience and passing.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, sir. We are short of time. Next, who else want to speak? Ravan? Dhammikarama. Okay, I'd like to say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning, all our reverends and our devotees, brother and sister in the Dhamma. Last few months ago, I came here to take care of our chief, and then I have these our temple walk, and then before 2010, I came here, and then that time met with our chief. Later, 2011, I stayed in Care Temple. Chief got me to lead the Care Dhammikarama Temple. So later, I leading that Care Temple. After that, in 2012, I came back to Penang to this temple, and then I learning from guidance our chief, and then he teach me a lot of things to do for our sasana. So many things, but we don't have a time. Anyway, and one thing is I recognize, I encourage you, our great teachers teach all reverends and all our devotees. So we need to practice his guide. We need to follow his guideline. And then we need to be united. We need to together our sasana, Buddha sasana work. So we need to do our missionary work. Not only monk, not only devotees. We all must work together. So that one, our chief always say, the reverend sides, the monk sides, had to practice their rules, Vinaya rules, and then our devotees also must practice your precepts. So we all must work together. If we do like that, we can get a peace space. We can get a successful place. So our temple, everybody knows this temple. Before bamboo temple now became look like a king palace. So we all reverends and all devotees, we should all united. We should all together to do our sasana works. So finally, so we also can practice our Buddhist method, and then I want to wish all our devotees may be well and happy, may be free from physical and mental suffering, may be peaceful and successful, may be long life, and may the Buddha bless you. Finally, may all you attain enlightenment.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Honorable Sir. I'll now invite the President of the Temple Management Committee, Mr. Teo Kabing, to present a souvenir to the foreign temples representative from the Dhammikarama Temple. Dhammikarama Temple 1, Wat Pinan On, and Wat Buparam. This is souvenir. Thank you, Honorable Sir. One more, two more. Well, next after the presentation by the President, we will then proceed to the Memorial Pagoda. The President will then lead the way, followed by the venerable monks and devotees. We will proceed to the Memorial Pagoda of the late Venerable Sayadaw U Panyawamsa. There, they will have some brief chanting, followed by the opening of the Memorial Plot. Then we return to the dining hall for lunch. Thank you, Venerable Sir.
Memory service လုပ်မှာဟိုမှာရှိတယ်အဲ့ဒါတို့ဒီမှာလေးအတွက်တော့တားစီထားပါပြီးလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့မှာတန်ခါတော်လေးခုံလေးရှိတယ်ထိုင်မယ်ပြီးလို့ရှိရင်ဒီဒရာမကြီးကတော့မတ်တရပေါ့နော်အဲ့ပြီးလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့မှာချက်လေးလုပ်ပြီးလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့ဘာရွတ်ဖတ်ပြီးလို့ရှိရင်ဒီမှာဆုံးကတ်တယ်ဆိုတာအဲ့ဆုံးကတ်တဲ့ဟောလေအားလုံးအဲ့ကြိုက်တယ်ပေါ့နော်
ကျွန်တော်တို့ဗမာတွေကအားလုံးတန်းစီပြီးတော့ဆရာတော်ဘုရားကြီးရဲ့ဒီဟိုဘက်မှာဟိုထာပနာမဲ့ဟိုအဲ့နေရာလေးကိုတန်းစီပြီးကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးတန်းစီမှာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ယောက်ျားလေးတွေကလည်းယောက်ျားလေးတွေတတ်တတ်ပါတော့မိန်းကလေးတွေကလည်းမိန်းကလေးတတ်တတ်ညီညီညာညာနဲ့တိတ်ဆိတ်စွာတန်းစီပေးဖို့မေတ္တာရက်ခံရပါတယ်
ဒီဘက်ဖျားနောက်တ
Pink.
ဘုရားကြီးရဲ့နောင်နာကို
Venerable come. Pink, this little here. Fellow please give way to the venerable monks to proceed. Okay, we follow venerable monks.
ဆရာတော်တွေနောက်ကယောက်ျားလေးတွေကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးတော့တန်းစီနေတယ်ယောက်ျားလေးတွေ